Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Whew, I should really stop singing in the morning. Let's try it again. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Barrow-Wolfson, and I am your coach and energy practitioner, and I help people simplify transformation through the Me First method, which I developed over 12 years ago and have used since to help my clients and myself get through some challenging situations. So, as a work-from-home mom, I often find myself overwhelmed with everything that needs to be done to run my business and manage my family. Being at home is really helpful in that I'm here when the kids need me, but it's really hard to create boundaries around work. So, it's important to create consistency in this environment. Like if you're working from home, you need certain routines because you have to create that work environment at home. But it's challenging for me personally. Every day is different, and I'm never quite sure what I'm facing each day. So consistency is challenging. And although I thrive with routines, I have difficulty creating them. Hello, ADHD. But it is no surprise that entrepreneurs, ADHD or not, like myself who work from home, struggle with analysis paralysis. There are so many things that need your attention every day, and they are all important. So how do you decide what to focus on, or for how long? And how do you set your day up so that it's as productive as possible? Well, I couldn't tell you because I'm terrible at that sort of thing. But what I can tell you is the 3 things that I do when I'm overwhelmed and I don't know where to begin. These 3 little steps that we're going to talk about today will connect your mind, body, and soul while also jumpstarting your momentum towards a productive day in alignment with your highest good. But first, we're going to do the Me First ritual to get us grounded and ready for the day. So why don't you join me? If you're watching, please say hi. Hello to anyone watching. If you're watching the replay, you can say hi as well. I'm happy that you're here. I am so grateful. Please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and put in the little @MeFirstTV, and then just click on that little bell and you will get notifications every time I go live. And please feel free to share this with anyone else who you think may benefit from my contact. From my contact? Sure. I meant from my contact. Guys, help me. I meant my content. If you find someone who would find my content helpful, please feel free to spread the word. Also, just spread it around because why not? All right, because it'd be helping me out. So if you have not yet downloaded your free Me First TV guide with simple transformation practices, you can go into the description and do that right now. It's at bit.ly Me First free guide. Go ahead and download that. And it includes how to calibrate your energy, which are things and tips that we've been covering every day on this show. But if you need a quick reference guide, that's really what this is. This little 5-page booklet is perfect for that. It includes the Me First Moments ritual that we're going to do together, a quick GPS activity if you need help figuring out what your GPS word is, your daily ABCs, which we're going to talk about today. That's a little hint as to what we're doing, and a simple guide to managing stress. Also, any social media channels that I am on are in the description. Please feel free to follow me and spread the word. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to start with our deep breaths. So this practice that we do together, it's like 5-10 minutes at the most. You can do as long as you want for this practice. It is something wonderful to do in the morning as your morning spiritual practice. If you don't have time in the morning, that's okay too. This is something you can do at any time of day when you are feeling stressed out, overwhelmed. You just need to reconnect yourself, get yourself grounded, or you have something big, a big decision or something big to do in your life, and you want to just collect yourself before you go out and do it. This is a great exercise, what we're going to do together. And it's quick. We do just a quick little thing to get ourselves ready. But as I said, you can take as long as you want. If you want to do yoga, if you want to do dancing, if you want to do specific somatic exercises, you can do that. But today we're going to keep it simple because I like to keep things quick and simple. All right, so number one, we're going to take 3 deep breaths and we're going to breathe in with our nose like this. So you're smelling the flowers, all right? Then you are going to hold your breath for 5 seconds and then exhale like you're blowing out candles for 10 seconds. So once again, it is breathing in through your nose, hold for 5, and then release for 10. This is going to indicate to our system that we are doing okay. It helps to calm down the nervous system. It alerts our parasympathetic system that everything is a-okay because that exhale taking longer signals that to the body saying, hey, no need to panic. We got plenty of time to breathe. Really, that's what the breathing is. Because if you're in real danger, there's no time to breathe. You're not going, oh, gotta breathe. I mean, maybe you are, and that's a good tactic because it helps calm your body. All right. So here we go. Say hi if you're watching, and otherwise you can just watch. All right, 3 deep breaths. We're going to go breathe in. Ready? And breathe in. Hold for 5. And release. Beautiful. Breathe in again. Now hold. And you want to hold because you want to train your lungs to be able to increase the capacity. And now exhale. And you want to exhale completely. Get all of your breath out because that will also, number one, it is clearing out the old and stagnant oxygen in your body. You want to just get that out. But also, it is helping you to calm down slowly and systematically. Okay, so here we go. We're going to breathe in as much as you can, and you are going to hold. We want to increase our capacity for oxygen. We want to teach our body to practice holding that oxygen, which is holding and increasing that capacity. And then we want to release and exhale and just let go of anything that doesn't serve us. Okay, so we're going to take one last deep breath, make it count. Hold. And release. Okay, now we're going to stretch. And again, the purpose of the stretch is the same as the purpose of the breath, right? We want to get connected to our body, and also we want to relieve tension. We want to relieve any stuck or stagnant energy. We want to relieve that tension. We want to release any of that stuck or stagnant energy that does not serve us anymore. We want to get it out of our bodies, allowing Mother Nature to transmute it into whatever it is needed, okay? And once we do the stretching, stretch every part of your body if you can, or as much as you can. I'm sitting in a chair right now, so I focus really on the waist up, really the neck and the back, because that is where I hold most of my tension. If you know a spot in your body that you really hold tension, you can focus on that, or just do a generalized stretch and just do what you can to increase your capacity to flow, right? Because when you release that tension, then you flow better. Okay, and now shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother Nature, for transmuting this energy that I no longer need. Do what you need with it. Help it grow something else. Okay. All right, so here we go. Now we are going to set an intention with our prayer. We're going to call in our spiritual support team, and you can set an intention quietly if you like, or say your own prayer, whatever feels connected for you. But this is an opportunity for you to call in for your spiritual support team, to thank them for guiding you, for supporting you, and for always protecting you on your journey. Okay, here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, my love, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Okay, so now let's talk about what we're talking about today, okay? Which is, and so you guys saw it, we're talking about a little energy hack, right? And this is one of the things, and a lot of the things that I do are kind of hacks, okay? Due to my lack of executive functioning skills as a result of having ADHD, it is near impossible for me to organize myself without some sort of pre-established structure or habit. Or preferably, my best friend sitting beside me, holding my hand and giving me praise while I do all the things that I don't want to do. But that's for another day. And we will talk about that because that is important in having a team of people that can help you, okay? But that's not today. Today, we are talking about something that you need to do on your own, okay? And I have no doubt that there are much better accounts for you to follow that will give you the specifics about how to set yourself up for a successful day. But because of my particular challenges, I had to come up with hacks to help me spring into action. Otherwise, as an entrepreneur who works from home, I would find myself wandering around the house from room to room, wondering where to begin. And believe me, I spent many, many days, many years probably, if you were to add up all the times I've done that, doing just that. And this is why I approach everything from an energetic perspective. Although my brain has trouble getting motivation to do non-preferred tasks, for those of you who follow ADHD creators, that is how they talk about it. So even though my brain doesn't like non-preferred tasks because of a lack of dopamine, I needed to find a hack to get me started, and to get me doing those things, because those non-preferred tasks almost always are the really important adulting ones. It is really what I need to do for the safety and security of my family and the success of my business. It's the stuff we don't want to do that we need to do that establishes a routine and a consistency to create success in life, in all parts of life. All right. And so what I'm going to be talking about today is the 3 basic tasks that I remind myself to do every day. This is something that I am currently practicing to integrate into my life on a daily basis. And I've been talking about for a long time. And I can tell you, I still don't do it every single day, but it is really important. And when I do it, these 3 things will hack my energy so that I am grounded, connected, and inspired. And it will help you too. It's going to help you kickstart your day so you can create the momentum you need to do all the things that you need to do. So I'm talking about the daily ABCs, right? So I'm trying to add some more visual stuff to the show. So I did actually set it up so that I could show you right here. What are the ABCs? Woohoo! Okay, so A. A is an action you've been avoiding, all right? B is doing something nourishing for your body. And C is doing something creative to connect with your heart and soul space, okay? So the ABCs are a way to practice calibrating your GPS. So we talk about the GPS word, and the GPS word is that feeling that you want most. It is connected to your core values. It is the feeling that you want to embody and integrate into your life. It is the feeling that is a result of you having everything that you want, right? But that is the feeling you need to practice bringing into your life right now, right? And I want you to remember, I have here in this handout, the greater the resistance, okay, the greater the impact. And what I'm specifically talking about here is the action you've been avoiding. Whatever action you are currently avoiding, the more you avoid it, right, the bigger the resistance to that particular action, the greater the impact on your life when you finally do it. And I like to talk about the ABC specifically. And today, I'm only really going to focus on the action you've been avoiding because we don't have time to cover all of it. Believe me, it's a lot. It's only a lot because I like to talk a lot, but also it's just a lot to cover. I want to keep it as simple as possible. So we're just doing the basic ABC outline today. And then, like I said, I'm going to focus on the action you've been avoiding. So actually, I'm just going to go here. So applying your ABCs to the GPS. So the action, any action will create momentum, right? And the more momentum you create, the more action that you will have, right? So it's like any action creates momentum. The more action you take, right? So that is just a way for you to start establishing that rhythm of flow, that rhythm of success. All right. And again, here we have B and C, but we're not going to focus too much on that right now. Okay. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Like I said, I want to focus on an action you've been avoiding. Now, one of the exercises that I would like you to do today, part of the exercises for this show, is I want you to sit down and I want you to write a list of all of these things that you avoid. Right? All the things, you can call it a things to do list. And pretty much if you have a ongoing things to do list, it's probably a list of all the things that you don't want to do and that you're avoiding. And that's why they're on the list, because if you didn't need to write them down, you'd probably already done them already. Maybe. But so there are the things to do list, the never ending things to do list. That is part of those actions that you're probably avoiding. But then there's like another layer of actions that you're avoiding that you don't even write down on your things to do list. It is such a huge task. It is so overwhelming, or it's something that you are really avoiding that you don't even want to think about it or look at it, that is the very thing that is going to unlock what you are looking to unlock in your life, right? I had a chat with a friend of mine, last week, and who I will probably be bringing on the show. And we were talking about that quote. I don't know if you guys have seen that quote. The magic is in the action you're avoiding. Like the magic you want is in the actions you are avoiding, right? The thing you are avoiding, that holds the magic. Because let me tell you why the thing you're avoiding holds the magic. There's two reasons. So energetically speaking, if you have an action that you are avoiding, there is the energy that action is going to take to do. Whatever that action is, it's going to take energy to do it. So there is that, right? Then there is the energy of avoiding that action, which is almost like double the energy because it's this push away energy. And so this push away energy, keeping something at bay, every time it shows up in your head, you're like, nope, don't have time for you. Every time you think about it, nope. You are actively putting energy in avoiding something, right? Even if you don't realize that that's what you're doing, your energetic space has this weight in it, this stickiness in it. And that stickiness is keeping you from doing that action. You don't want to do it, right? And so when you do an action you've been avoiding, you are releasing the energy that it takes to do it, right? So like the anticipation of having to do it, that anticipatory energy that you're going to get rid of because you're no longer anticipating it, and also the avoidant energy, that all of the energy that you've been putting to not thinking about it and not doing it also is going to get released. So you get like a double bonus, right? A double benefit from doing an action you've been avoiding because you clear a lot more energy that way. It is much more freeing. And this is why it then creates momentum. Because if you have something that's on your list, for example, even if it's something silly or stupid or super simple, I don't want you to discount anything on your action you've been avoiding list. And in fact, if you can't get yourself to do something big, and I'm telling you, if you can do a really big action you've been avoiding, if it's something that's been on your list for months, it's a phone call you don't want to make, it's some sort of adulting crap that nobody likes to do, if you can take care of that, I promise you, you're going to feel the relief and you're going to be able to take care of and take advantage of the momentum that comes as a result of that action. Because then you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. Okay, what's next? Let's go. And you're ready to attack the next thing. And this is how you build momentum. One thing at a time. You face the thing you don't want to face. You make the choice, you take the action, you then resolve it. You allow, this is where then you release it to the world, right? You release it to the universe and say, you know what? I didn't want to do this. I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to do it. And whatever comes, comes. And very often, and I tell my kids all the time, the universe rewards courageousness. And it is courageous, and it takes courage to face the things that you don't want to face. It even takes courage to do those non-preferred tasks, because what it takes is you setting yourself up, reminding yourself that you are doing the important work for yourself. And we so often disparage ourselves. We so often insult ourselves. We so often are mean to ourselves. This is an opportunity for you to I was going to say patch up, but I guess it is. This is an opportunity for you to work on your relationship with yourself. This is a way for you to show up for yourself in a way that's really powerful, in a way that is reconnecting with that part of you that needs to feel taken care of, right? That little person, that little girl, little boy, little individual inside of you that didn't feel taken care of by their parents, by society, by structure, or even by yourself because you had to abandon your own needs in order to take care of others or in order to satisfy others. That little person inside of you, that child inside of you is dying for you to stand up and do what needs to be done and take care of them. And this is how we do it through the ABCs. You do an action you're avoiding, you do something nurturing for your body, and you do something creative. And like I said, we're going to talk about B and C more tomorrow and the next day. Today, I'm focusing on the action you've been avoiding because it is so, so important. So let me just see if I'm missing anything here. So once again, just to wrap up, to give you the basics of what the ABCs are about. A is an action you've been avoiding, and any action you take will create momentum, right? And the more momentum that you have, the more action you are able to take, all right? And B, your body is very important. It is the vehicle to getting where you want to go. Ask yourself, how can you take care of it? And C is creation mode puts you in the vibration of your inner guidance and higher self. This activates the frequency of what you want. So ask yourself what you can do that's creative. And I talk about applying the ABCs to your GPS specifically. And so I want to just point out that if you have a GPS word, whatever that word is, and we talk about it every day, and your word can change every day because every day you may have a different focus. Every day you may have a different feeling that you want to capture. Maybe you woke up feeling miserable and your whole thing is, I just want to feel productive today, or I just want to feel healthy today, or I just want to feel peace today. Whatever it is that you want to feel, go through your ABCs and try to connect your GPS to it, right? And so it's like, okay, I just want to feel, let's say, healthy, right? So what's an action you've been avoiding that will help you feel healthy, that will help you embody health, right? Again, B, an action for your body, right? And we're connecting it to our GPS word. What can I do that is going to feel really healthy and nourishing for my body today? And very often it's something you're avoiding to do with your body too. And even creative. What creative thing are you avoiding? Almost everything I find in the ABCs, if you go first from the angle of what are you avoiding? What are you avoiding in terms of actions, in terms of tasks? What are you avoiding with your body? What are you avoiding with your creativity? And very often with creativity, we'll talk about this more, but what you're avoiding is just having simple fun, is being able to just exist without justification, right? Because we all feel like we have to justify our existence. We can't just play and have fun. No, you can't play and have fun unless, like I said yesterday, you have a crap ton of money and then it is your job to frolic in your abundance. I said that yesterday, but I loved the image of frolicking in abundance. I don't know, I'm weird. What do you want? Okay. So that is basically a rundown of the ABCs. I am happy to do this work with you one-on-one. If you want to contact me through social media, we'll set up an appointment in a session where we will work on your GPS word and find out what is really the feeling you're trying to capture in your life. And then we will go through the ABCs and find out just very basically what those ABCs look like for you. What is the action that you're avoiding? What is the nourishment that you are not doing for your body? How are you not nourishing your body? How are you not showing up for your creativity? This is something we can work together, so please feel free to reach out to me if that's something you would like support in. All right, now let's go to the cards, and we're going to see what does Spirit say about this action you've been avoiding. So what do we need to know about this process of taking action specifically that you have been avoiding and how it can benefit us, okay? And so I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you to Spirit for showing us the messages that we need to hear for the highest and greatest good of all. And we want to know about the actions we've been avoiding and what do we need to know about avoiding them or about how to not avoid them. I think that's what we want. We want a little support knowing how not to avoid them. What can you tell us about this topic? Oh, great Spirit. Okay, so here we go. This is the flying card, right, which is number 20, but it was actually upside down. So what that tells me is that so flying is about perspective. It's about raising your vibration, right? It's about going from a higher perspective to get a bigger picture. And so what that tells me is that in regards to the action you've been avoiding, you need to sort of go higher in your perspective and figure out which actions that you've been avoiding are actually going to lead you to where you need to go. And maybe with that higher perspective, you're going to be able to have a different attitude about some of the really challenging things you need to do, and that's why you've been avoiding them. And maybe coming up with different ways that you can get them done. And we can also talk about that on the show if you guys are interested, because I do have little ways that I get things done that are hard. Just as a little thing that I do, which I touched on today, is that I will literally call a friend of mine, and I have several friends who are very good at many different things, and I will ask them if they will just sit with me as I do whatever it is that I need to do that I've been avoiding. That they happen to be experts in, or that they have more knowledge than I do. And they'll just sit there with me and I can ask questions. And it is a beautiful, beautiful gift that I have been given through my friendships and through our connections. And I highly recommend that you reach out to your friends and ask them for help in ways that you need help, because everybody loves to help. Everybody wants to feel like that they have something to offer someone. So if you're struggling getting something done and taking an action that you've been avoiding, I want you to, sort of get a higher perspective and understand that really what's important is that you do what you need to do. However you need to get that done is what's important. Obviously, when I say however you need to get that done, doing no harm to anyone in the meantime, because we don't want to cause harm when we're trying to be productive. But that is what's showing up as a way to do those actions. Okay, but I'm going to read the card and see what it says, because I love Colette Barron Reed's Enchanted Map deck. She'll give us the reversed explanation, so I really like that. All right, so here we go. You have the power, so flying is the card here. You have the power to see things from a higher perspective. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today, you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all your hard work has paid off, and the things you hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. I love that, because when we're talking about an action you've been avoiding, very often these simple things that you're just trying not to face, the second that you have the courage to face them, or that you figure out how to face them, all the doors start to open up. And sometimes it's just something silly. It's like this little thing that you haven't done, and it opens it up. In fact, I do an exercise with clients, and I do it with my kids too, where if you jot down something small that you've done, remember to pay attention to how doors open for you once you have taken an action you've been avoiding. And I want you guys, so that's 2 things that I want you to do as we wrap up, okay? I have to read the reverse part. All right, so the 2 things that I want you guys to do is, 1, make a list of all the things you're avoiding so that you can go to that list when it's time to do an action you've been avoiding, and you can just pick something, doesn't matter. It can be easy as hell, all right? Just as long as it gets done, then you've done the action you've been avoiding. And the second thing I want you to do is I want you to really pay attention to whether or not you've been able to see results of that. So if suddenly things get unstuck in your life, there's something that opens up for you, there's an opportunity that happens somewhere where you felt stuck, there is flow. I want you to pay attention, because I promise you're going to see something happen. When you take care of an action you've been avoiding, it's like it shakes things loose and you're able to flow in a completely different way. All right. So here's what the reverse card of the flying is. And so this is usually a protection. When you see the flying card reversed, it is a gentle reminder that there are times to take flight and times to remain grounded. And for now, you must avoid overreaching. There is still work to be done before you earn your wings. Be patient. What you seek will not be out of reach forever. Remember the story of Icarus in Greek mythology, whose wax-made wings and overconfidence brought him too close to the sun. He perished because he didn't realize his limitations. Humility is great power, and now you must exercise it. Doing too much, too fast, too soon only serves to prevent a beautiful flight later on. All right. And so what that tells me is these actions that you've been avoiding, they start to accumulate, right? And what I mean by that accumulation is you start to see the results, but you may not see it right away. So just stay consistent, continue to show up, and do your ABCs. And please report back to me and let me know if anything starts to kind of change or shift in your life. I really want to hear. Okay, so tomorrow I will be back and we will talk about nourishing your body and how that in the daily ABC outline can also support your feelings for the future, your dreams for the future, and especially it can support you in the present, embodying what you need to embody in living the life you deserve. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to do your ABCs and let me know how it goes.